So hopefully the game stops crashing. I mean, I may have to go clean some files up, I have a feeling. We'll worry about that later. Okay, so this combat we just finished. See if Mickey can get his what was it, hat trick again.
I got this.
Ah, no hat trick this time. Got robbed. Silly demon. We got a little friend down here. Charge kitty. Kitty. Okay, rocket. Can't see him. Okay, so Veronica could hit him from here, but will be enough to kill. The question. Let's find out.
Forwards.
So close.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Scout. Scout can do fire snake? No, not fire snake. Should get that shot off. Gonna be total overkill. A little bit overkill. Okay, now we save. Now, did we have to redo our buffs? Question. Yes, we did. And then, well, let's rest first and then we'll do the buffs. Let's go. Yep, so we're gonna camp here, rest, because everybody's pretty much tired. And then we'll buff up and bomb. Oh, look, we have to redo all this. So, protective ritual, that is scout. Camouflage, that is rocket. Watch. Can shift 1. Can shift 2. Alchemy. Technically it's supposed to be Gimpy, but I think Gimpy's the best one. Wow. Close, is it? Not really. Anyway, alchemy. Doing that. Scroll, don't care either. Okay, so that's good. Oh, Gimpy does scrolls, we know that, but he's not doing anything while traveling. Good enough. You've been so distracted I can't even remember when I last ate. She makes the food. Who cares? If I don't remember, it probably doesn't matter. Sela. You're looking right at the food. Oh, now so as a reminder, I'm using mercenary characters, so all these characters to the right here, these 4, are mercenaries. They're not story characters, so they never talk or anything like that. Just keep that. Remember that. So. And you probably want to stick to the story characters for your first run, at the very least, I would think. Caster, Gimpy, spell. 1. Experience retreat. Target. Yourself. For some reason, Gimpy's not casting his other spells. Okay, Miss Gimpy needs to talk to me. Be right back.
Inimosi travisi.
travisi, inimosi travisi, inimosi travisi, aperane sente.
Our time is
Magritium turino, inimosi travisi, inimosi travisi, inimosi travisi.
Tio, Wovash, Evno. Ha, E, Riti. Ha, E, Riti.
Okay, I'm back.
Esno, Axi.
Together, we stand.
Inimosi travisi, inimosi travisi, inimosi travisi. Ona adayanan, ona adayanan.
Is there trouble?
Nope, no trouble at all. No trouble at all.
Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi.
Okay, save this and move on with our lives. Hopefully, we move on with our lives.
So exciting!
Dum 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 dum. Stuff. Okay. So our little army headed back to Dresden. Oh, they're already moving. Okay, we're headed back to Dresden so we can recruit some more troops here. Because we didn't do that before we left, like dummies. More paladins. So, basically need more cavalry stuff, don't we? I don't have a lot of money. Doing this. So these are little outposts that you pick up as your armies do stuff. Here's an archery, spellcaster, so let's put something else. Stables. We need more stables. It's supposed to bonus the chance to attack twice during a positive combat morale and -2 bonus the chance to skip an action due to negative combat morale. Only one bulletin board can be built in each fort. Apothecary. That's the hit points for all trainable units in adjoining buildings. Only one apothecary can be built in each fort. Oh, I didn't really plan that out well, did I? You undo that? Not really. We don't need a circle. Okay, hold up on there. Definitely don't get a lot of paladins in the recruitments because we don't have enough of those type of things done. So, and supply center. Set it up, blah blah. And in. There are no buildings that provide recruitment growth up for. Only one unit can be built. So we get building there. built up anything back here. Oh. Okay, so here we want to build a archery range. Stables. Where the main spellcasters lodge. We don't have a lot of spellcasters. I'm not sure what we're going to get as a dragon either. Okay.
Hello everyone. My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyKnee. He tweets out there when he goes live and will more than likely follow you back. Thank you for watching.
Yep, thank you for watching and happy Tuesday. So, I'm thinking dragons. Government growth for trendable units increased by 10% for 14 days. Doesn't seem like getting that really. Hardened veterans. Ugh. Oh, we have to look at Dresden, see what we can build in here. So, archery, main stables, main barracks, main spellcaster. Reduce the cost of buildings construction by 10%. Only 1 inch can be built in total. Sure, we should build that. Like that get built. Make it cheaper for buildings to get built. Or sorry, reduce the cost of building buildings. There we go. Okay, so after being at war with demons for a century, Mendev is accustomed to regular conscription. This event is long and tedious but effective. Mendevian army has never known a shortage of reinforcements. The Crown has conducted another military draft. Recruitment growth for trendable units increased by 10%. We did that already. Stage play. Next door theater troop proudly reports that the work on the new play is complete. Now they are only waiting the commander's arrival before they hold a premiere. You say so. Victories. They haven't won. Well, maybe we should boost our morale. Crusader morale increases by 5 to 10. Sure. Okay, you guys, keep going. I should saved. Boost for buffed this time. Not demons. Don't see that. Fortress back there. Back there. Kitty. Job, Kitty. Mangle her. Your smite good isn't going to help you. Keep blast them. Wow, the damage on these doesn't seem to be as good as it was before. It doesn't seem to be as good. Their resistance is killing us, or killing them. Is there a way to get around that? Huh. Those don't seem to be hitting as hard. We've this bug before. Just bad rolls, I think. It's 4d6, so it's a minus 10. Even that, 25. It's only rolling half damage. It's dice rolling, screw 'em. Get him, Mickey.
Damn you!
Works. Woof. I almost made the save. Oh, look, Kitty can probably destroy it. Let's down lay on the ground. Yep.
Godspeed.
Okay, my army still back here collecting people. How's Gold Dragon been? Fine, I guess. The problem with the Gold Dragon is you don't really get your dragon stuff until the beginning of Act 5. Up until that point, you have to play another mythic path, either like Angel, Azada, maybe Eon. You know, because it's got to be a good guy. And once you get to 5, it's okay. I mean, looking forward to getting some more mythic points for it, but my only real problem with it is it just froze again. I know it did. It just stopped. My only real issue with it is because it takes it's just really late into the game to get your stuff. And looking at the mythic abilities and stuff, it's kind of understandable because, you know, you're a dragon and whatever, but again, it would have been nicer to be kept some of the stuff earlier on. And you also lose everything that you get from your previous path. So there's that. At least it's specific. Like I was doing Azada, and all my Azada abilities are gone. Here's one day, so let's get this stuff going. Everything's ready for the relic's augmentation, so the attractive impulse. Midnight Fane notes. During the assault at Midnight Fane, the commander managed to capture the valuable records of the generals of the Demonic troops. The Crusaders have managed to decipher only a part of the document so far. If they are fully encoded, the War Council will receive important information about the secret routes used by the demonic forces. Encryption of the records obtained by the commander of Midnight Fane have been completed. Secret routes, plus 10 to our... Yeah, the Indus Dungeon, looking forward to. Yep. Well, what's cool about the DLC that just came out last week or the week before is you can actually do the DLC with a standalone character, and you can pick any mythic path you want. Downside to that is you have to build the character, which will take you a day because you have to do all 20 levels, all the mythic stuff, and all the other fun stuff that comes with it. But you can do it.
Saturday and Sunday, March 19th and 20 are the monthly giveaways for March. A $25 Steam gift card will be given away each day. You have to be a follower of the channel and present to win. Check with Gimpy if you have any questions about the giveaway. Thanks for watching.
Yep, thanks for watching. Happy Tuesday. Deal with the tieflings. Former favor for an influence show on Seculars, but transferred it to a Beefling hideout in Aveston. Beeflings will ensure that she stays safe and comfortable, and they can find a way to benefit from having such a powerful ally. They will remember to thank the commander for it. Sure. Put an extra slot there. And track. So, priestesses of Shelyn and Calistria have arrived in Dresden to perform ritual over the gemstone known as the Attractive Impulse. An argument broke out between them over who should have the right to complete their mission and who would get nothing. So, Ashen Sweet for Dark Gloves. Looks like whenever they went from a critical hit with any bow, the enemy starts losing their minds, thus suffering -1 damage to intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. Or lands a melee touch attack. The enemy must pass a will saving throw, or his heart and mind is consumed with agonizing lust. Any critical hit against affected enemy drive him crazy or paralyze it for 1 round. We don't really have anyone doing melee touch attacks. But we have somebody with a bow. So that works. Priests of Shelyn conducted a ritual over the gemstone, which called upon the grace of the Lady of Corinth, whatever, flowers. Okay, so I think he already has gloves. Range weapon an enemy within 30 feet. It deals an additional 1d6 piercing damage and applies bleed for 1 to 3 rounds. But it's got to be with 30. This is confirms a critical hit. Enemy starts losing their mind, suffering damage to intelligence, wisdom. That's a little effective save those for stuff. Smooth fire saving throw. Oh, it's any time they land a hit. It's not a crit, it's just any hit within 30 feet. That's a bow. No one else is really using the bow. She's a crossbow. I should give her a better melee weapon someday. Got all the dexterity 6. Nice constitution bonus, though. And apparently we're tired. Is everybody tired, or is it just Rock? It's only Rock. Should be able to get that removed, right? I think as well. Anyway, going inside. Old Sarkorian mines. I don't remember what this was.
A simple smile goes a long way.
It does. Do you have a spell to remove the exhaustion stuff? It's a confusion thing. It's a restoration? Any fatigue suffered by the character is not restored. Yeah, let's try this out.
Magritium Turinos.
Ta-da! Looks like we're going that way. Dead Man's uniform has an insignia of the Blackstone Company, a group of Andoran mercenaries.
Let us press on. We march ahead.
Let Gimpy go that way. That way all by himself. Like Smilodon. Pack picker.
Our path leads on.
Ow, stop it. Stop it, seriously.
Are you still here?
There's gotta be more up here. This? Ah, there we go. Veronica, I bet you can get this up there right now. Uh-oh, other side. Oh, that was smart. Run right through. Okay, I was gonna see if we can get Rocket to sleep in, but that's not a thing for them because we're kind of undeadish.
I'll split you in half.
So do portent or just a little bit of fire, which actually lightning. Oh, it's fire sting.
Away, you rascal!
closer. Our kitty. That way. Just realized Gimpy's fire. This is why he's not doing as much damage. Because that's not. This turns off for some reason. I don't know why. That's why he hasn't been doing as much damage as he should be. At least I think it's okay. There goes Scorching Ray. Although these aren't good tests because they don't have a fire reduction. 46 plus 12. So that means he only got 10 points out of 46. That one, he got a whopping 7 out of 46. These dice rolls are killing me. Make a saving throw or something? There's no saving throw to make. Just screwing me. MVP. Why is he doing damage to MVP?
Gimpy is raising money for the National MS Society for the 9th year in a row here on Twitch. Walk MS 2022 in San Diego is April 23rd, but Mrs. Gimpy, Mickey, Rocket, and Gimpy will be doing private walks in April and May. They are walking 1 mile for every $1,000 raised. If you would like to help with a donation, please visit stompingoutms.org. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, and yeah. So, the bolster. Gimpy's doing damage to our MVP, which is the Smilodon that's right there. He's not an enemy. He should not be taking this damage from the Scorching Ray. That should not be happening. That should not be happening. For some reason our pet is showing up as an enemy. Casila didn't take the damage, so it's specific. Whatever. Bug. Closer. It does AoE damage to enemies. It does it to enemies, not friendlies. Deals 2 or more points of damage per die roll to all targets, right? When they hit. Additionally, all enemies in 5 foot of the spell targets get additional 2 damage per die for the original spell. It's enemies, not friendlies. That should, and again, even then, it should have hit. If it was doing it to everybody, it should have hit Sela as well, because she's standing right next to it. She's within 5, but it didn't. It only hit the MVP, so I would classify that as a bug.
Good guys always win.
So, like I said, I would think that would be considered a bug. I was working as an antenna. It turns out the game is still bugged 8 months after release. Who knows? Actually, I think it was working correctly, but they did an update last Thursday, or when the same day that the DLC came out, which was 2 weeks ago now, or a little over a week ago. So I think it might have been introduced there. Oh, and I'm finding bugs too. It's just different bugs now. In all honesty, it's just different bugs. I'm still waiting for him to fix the blood kineticist too, because Veronica, my kineticist, is supposed to be a blood kineticist. But we had to switch her over because a lot of the blood stuff's not working correctly. No wild beast would have ripped apart the bodies of these soldiers with such savagery. It was surely the work of demons.
right.
This warrior was slain by a mage who attacked him with sword strikes and a barrage of spells. Vegas? Stuff. Thing is, a lot of the bugs, they're not game breaking, so I mean, it's annoying, but they're not game breaking. So, judging by the insignia, this man was a member of the Blackstone Company, one of the many soldiers of fortune.
I will guide us.
Selkie, hey, what are you doing here? I think we're looking for you, right? Already been over there, right? One more.
It is done.
Okay, an expert in fire magic clearly took part in this battle. Why? Because all the fire? Charcoal? Whatever. Wax. Charcoal.
Godspeed.
Captain Selkeen, kind, whatever. Looks much thinner, dustier, and more exhausted than before, but he is as determined and optimistic as ever. A meeting I did not expect. Allow me to congratulate you on your return from your expedition to the Abyss. Why did you leave Dresden? My disagreements with the top brass became insurmountable. I treated our expedition here like a rescue mission from the very beginning. I told them that there were refugees hidden behind enemy lines, full of people who needed our help. Alas, leadership was only interested in how much an Erosian would pay for the chopped off heads of demons and cultists. After a few months, they sent their emissaries and tried to remove me from command. I don't mind facing a court of my comrades, but who would carry on with my mission? So I left town and had a little adventure of my own. So what are you doing here? He flexes his fingers, grimacing in pain. Digging. I spent the last 3 days shoveling dirt. After they forced me to leave Dresden and the Blackstone Company, I fully devoted myself to archaeological excavations. I sent my soldiers here to find any traces of a suspected shelter. They never came back, so I decided to come and see for myself. After a while, I found this door in the rock, and I'm willing to swear that there's a Sarkorian refuge on the other side. I'd like to believe there will be living Sarkorians in there. Unfortunately, I ran into some difficulties and was about to go for help when you showed up. How did you know to look here? It really is simple. There was a mining town called Zazvel, not far from here. According to archive records, the demons raised it, but 14 years after the world wound opened, a Sarkorian refugee in Mendev had a strange vision. He was a shaman, and in a trance, his ancestors told him that some of his kinsmen were still alive, waiting to be rescued from the prison of stone. Subsequent genealogical research confirmed that these kinsmen used to live in this town. As for the prison of stone, I think the hint was pretty clear. They sought refuge in the caves below. Looks like you could use some help. That would be very kind of you. I managed to uncover this door, but opening it without any tools is beyond my capabilities. I find a poor fellow buried under the rocks, a Kelid, judging by his appearance. If you can help get his body out from under the rubble, I can use it to prove that my theory is correct. Then I will be able to return here on a full-fledged expedition. Push against the rock. Let's not waste time. All together now. I knew I could count on you. We should search the body. Oof, judging by the stench, it's been here for weeks. Oh, look, it's a key. Magic keys. It's always fun to listen to a buzzer go off when you open a door. Nothing's gonna. This is gonna be weird. Oh look, those guys. I don't remember this before. I don't remember this. A bunch of pale and emaciated humans wearing blue rags look at you with fearful eyes. Their leader is a tall old man. Who are you? Are you demons? Clutching a pickaxe with hands that still have strength in them, the old man mutters to his fellows. My father said demons have red eyes and spew fire out of their asses. Is it possible the buggers have grown less nasty over the years? We're no demons, old man. We're crusaders, sworn enemies of demons.
Aren't your legs getting stiff? You haven't moved in quite a while. Stretch, damn it, you ignorant meatbag. Get back in there and fight.
Good. The gray-haired man lowers his weapon and turns to his comrades with obvious doubt. Crusaders? Who are they? Father never told me about them, but if you aren't demons, welcome. The old man makes a serious effort to crack an affable smile. Now tell me, Crusader, or whatever you are, what's happening on the surface? How far away are our forces? When will we be rescued? How soon will Sarkoris beat back the demons? We'll drive the demons away soon, but I have bad news about Sarkoris. It fell over 100 years ago. You have it much better than the folks up on the surface. Demons are everywhere. Sarkoris has fallen, and all hope is lost. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, his face grows. The old man's face grows dark. So that's how it is. Sarkoris is no more. Our kinsmen, our clans, our country, everything is gone. You brought ill tidings, and many sad songs will be sung around our fire tonight. Who are you? What do you mean, who are you? We live here, you know. This place was called Mine Shaft 14 back when they mined iron here, but then, after demons poured out of the stinking world wound, the miners and local folks hid down here and sealed the door behind them. That's how we survived. We've been waiting for outside help ever since. Well, 4 generations were born right here in this cave. But our compatriots don't seem to be in a hurry to mount a rescue. Old man's voice rings with bitterness. Amazing. A genuine relic. A culture completely isolated from outside influences. This is what I call unearthing a priceless treasure. Selkeen addresses the old man with passionate interest. Do you know how many years have passed since then? Do you take us for savages? Of course we do. We would have vanished in the dark ages ago if we weren't counting time. Do you know what it feels like when nothing else ever changes? When you can't tell the difference between minutes, hours, or days? That's creepy, Sonny. So, we take turns keeping track by counting heartbeats. We change every 15,000 pulses. Merg is the one counting now. The old man nods toward a stocky miner right next to him who looks a bit absent-minded and sometimes moves his lips silently. Have you ever tried to escape? Do we look like people with a death wish, or do you take us for boulder-brained fools? Everybody knows there's death outside, with stinking demons rampaging all over the place. Suppose we do get out. What next? Where do we go? How would we survive? We've never seen the sun in the sky, so everybody would be blind. We've never felt grass under our feet or smelled breezes wafting from the fields. The world would be dangerous and strange. No, we'd rather stay here, where it's safe and where the darkness is our own. How do you even survive here? Words start pouring from the old man's mouth like water from a broken dam, and it's clear he has been waiting for the chance to recite his list of woes. We survive solely by the gods' providence. Thank goodness for that. Our existence is tolerable, although things could certainly be better. When our ancestors entered the mine shaft and sealed themselves in, they realized they had nothing but rocks to eat and nothing but dirt to pour down their throats. And so the priests gathered and prayed to the 3 deities, Erastil, Gozra, and Pulura, beseeching them to protect us. And that night, a stream sprung in the deepest tunnel. Everybody thought they were about to die, that everyone would drown before they even got a chance to starve. But the stream formed a lake. Then the water stopped and never rose any higher. Thus, our ancestors got water, fish, and moisture from growing mushrooms, or for growing mushrooms in the caves. Plus a sign that they had not been forgotten by the gods. The old man spits out a glob of phlegm. And what a sign it was. Have you ever tried subsisting on fish and fungi? Just fish, fungi, each day until the end of your life. Had our ancestors been smart, they would have prayed for the gods to teach them how to eat rocks. They have rocks aplenty, all kinds. But no, we do not complain. Instead, we humbly give thanks to our blessed patrons. There is an ancient temple not far from the mine shaft. We call it the Shrine of the Three. Judging by its direction, it's exactly where our spring comes from, except the foreman falters and grimly stares at the cold rocks underfoot. There is a limit to any miracle. Has some misfortune befallen you? Misfortune? We have a word for this misfortune, but you're too young to hear such obscenities. Our stream has gone bad. The water in it has become foul and rotten, barely fit to drink. The fish in this poison just die, while we waste away from stomach cramps. We have no choice but to send one of us to scout the shrine. The luckiest one, gods be damned. He was gone for 3 days. Then we heard rattling at the door, as if someone was starting to unlock it. A deafening crash followed. The rocks behind the door rumbled, dirt flowed, and then there was silence. We couldn't even unlock the door to see what happened on the other side. One thing was clear. Our lucky guy was dead. And now you've shown up. Mayhap you've been sent by the gods. Do you mind checking what happened at the Shrine of the Three? You used to moving around in the open, quite unlike us. The brigadier's words betray a hint of jealousy. She ends up being foreman. The captain turns to you and speaks quietly but forcefully. Not helping them would make us criminals in the eyes of humanity and history. I'll deal with your problem. The old man nods gratefully and croaks, "That's good, outsider. Do not fail us. We're already had our fair share of suffering." The foreman makes a brief arcane gesture, and you feel a gentle breeze caress your face. Warding spells protect the shrine, but they will not harm you as long as you bear my mark. Dum dum dum. To know more about the Shrine of the Three. Our ancestors visited the shrine to pray to the three gods who look after our people. Legend says that before the shrine was dedicated to Erastil, Pulura, and Gozra, it was associated with an older set of gods whose names are now forgotten. It is said that they went into exile to worlds outside our own, beyond our knowledge. When demons spewed forth from the whirlwind, the god callers who safeguarded that place squared off against them and lost. The very last of them sealed the shrine, fled its protection, and joined a group of his frightened kinsmen who looked for refuge. It was my father, the last god caller in our family. I've heard so much about this sacred tradition. God callers would contact the lesser deities of Sarkoris, clan gods, and sometimes even patrons of individual families. Many scholars even believe them to be not deities property, but powerful spirits from the entourage of real gods. Captain notices the foreman's scathing glare, then immediately corrects himself. But that mistake is doubtlessly caused by lack of truthful knowledge about Sarkoris and its culture. Question about how you survive. Ask away. Tell me about this place. Blah blah, it's our home. Top patches were exhausted long ago. Stuff. So much stuff. Not really important stuff. Use fish using bait, bugs and worms. Our home is harsh mistress. What are these clothes you're wearing? They're mining overalls. What do you expect us to make new clothes from? Fish scales? These garments were worn by our forefathers, and they are the only thing from the surface that we have left. Ugh. What's your name? I was named Jerelson at birth, but at the last 24 years, people have simply been calling me Foreman. It started in the times of my father. Blah blah blah. Satisfy my curiosity. Quarter. Okay. Since you are not a demon, go and make sure you wear a hat, or the sun will burn your head. The old man delivers his parting words with earnestness, as if he really believes you are in serious danger. With your permission, says Selkind, whatever, I would like to stay with these people. I can't wait to leave. I must ensure that the inhabitants of the mine are in no danger now that we've unsealed it. And I don't remember doing this before. I really don't remember this. But I will take their food. I will take their food. I guess I should say before we move on too much.
Let us press on.
They've been busy for the last 100 years or so, or however long it's been. Dun, 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 dun.
Hello everyone. My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyKnee. He tweets out there when he goes live and will more than likely follow you back. Thank you for watching.
Look at all these failed checks for perception. DC 55, that's what we failed at. So I have to roll a 14 there. Of course, rolled a 5 for Mickey. I think he's our best perception person.
We march
So,
ahead.
whatever was here, I wonder what it was. 55, wow, it's crazy. Oh, look, stairs going down. Check out all this stuff. Done. They don't want that stuff. Okay, downstairs we go. Where are we anyway? Mine shaft 14. Yeah, I don't remember doing this before.
I managed it.
Apparently they don't mind strangers walking around
Trap.
taking all their stuff. And that wasn't actually a trap. It was just junk.
Our path leads on.
Okay, down we go. Look at all the failed checks again. So apparently we are under level. Mickey's got to roll a 15. He rolls a friggin' 14.
Adventures are exciting.
Although more than likely it's not worth anything. And all the failed checks again. Yeah, it's got to be
I will
stuff.
guide us.
More than likely down. I'm wondering if we're under level. that really high perception check, you have to be under level for this area. Water from the underground well is covered by thin, oily film that reeks of rot. Yummy. The grave looks very fresh, but the tree growing from it is surprisingly mature and tall. He's a good tree root. Deeply spiritual, may he rest in peace. Always was good with nature, even grew a tree out of his head. Right, he used to say that was how nature sent him all the clever thoughts in his head. He was a very smart fellow. Okay. Go that way.
Godspeed.
Giant mutant centipedes. Giant mutant centipedes. Was I supposed to go back outside? I have a feeling I'm supposed to... Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to go back outside, aren't I? Because that one guy died. Because he's supposed to be looking for that temple. Right?
We march
There's
ahead.
nothing here. So where's the temple? Because I already checked out the outside area. There wasn't anything out there really, other than ruins. Yeah, this is all ruins out here.
Our path leads on.
Path leads to nowhere. So I have a feeling we have to go out and explore.
Guide us. Godspeed.
Okay, so it's not here. As ascertained, it's now time to deliver the tidings kept. Oh. Okay, I guess we have to go talk to him again. I thought we were just talking to him, though. Let's see, look, there's something goofy. Graphics are kind of consistently not there. Or inconsistent. Oh, I can't talk to him. So, talk about the fate of the missing scouts. Fate of, but he's right here in front of us. He's right here in front of us. He's given the location. Okay, so we have to go outside. Survivor Scorpions claim this is where their underground stream providing the village no one is coming from. The source pollution is also likely to be there. So, I'm sure it's outside of this area. Go back to the big map. I like how we can't tell him that we found the missing soldiers. He's standing there right in front of us.
Should we rest now? Nah.
Look, it's Ember. Saint Ember. Converter of demons. Is that the right word? Maybe. There's the shrine. And of course it's on the other side, right? Yeah, this is like a ravine and stuff. We have to go all the way around to get over there. Jerks.
Gimpy is raising money for the National MS Society for the 9th year in a row here on Twitch. Walk MS 2022 in San Diego is April 23rd, but Mrs. Gimpy, Mickey, Rocket, and Gimpy will be doing private walks in April and May. They are walking 1 mile for every $1,000 raised. If you would like to help with a donation, please visit stompingoutms.org. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. See, we're supposed to have buttons here that we can use, but they're not showing up for some reason. There they are. So, see, that's I would say that's a bug. That's new. That wasn't there 2 weeks ago. Teleport over there. Red mystery, don't care. Now there's supposed to be... See if everything's built here now. Supply center, hospital, citadel, watchtower, rotation circle. Oh, so no, not everything. We want the sanctuary, so we're gonna rest here. No, that's not it. Those classes don't root again. Sanctuary increases energy points. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, shelter. We're good. That's what I was looking for. Shelter. We need 251. We need to build a garrison for cavalry because we need more cavalry. Unless it's already here. Citadel? No. No snakes. Okay, so if we want, we can rest there. We don't have to go all the way back to Dresden. Unless we're meetings and stuff like that. Chance of sneaking by these two armies. And it was slim to none. Nope. All our buffs are gone. Let's see how many we get.
Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Aparane sentes. Matritium turinos. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi.
It's almost done. For what am I looking for? Pick a location already. That. Yeah, for some reason Gimpy's not casting the spells. Mod for whatever reason. Look into that. Anyway.
We march ahead.
When you have your edge, good. But key. Okay.
Defeat is not an option.
What about the hands? Haha, I'm so smart. Okay, so
I got this.
so close. Rocket charge. And forget to check.
I
Keep
will
his
not
fire on.
falter. Our path leads on.
Sneaking.
Oh, this is a random encounter. It's just the one. That's it.
I will guide us.
We picked a little random demon. So worth the effort. Those 4 daggers made the whole trip worthwhile. Okay, so we're headed that way. Actually, where am I headed? Makeshift labs. Flat rock, low rest ships. No, that's what they left behind some material. Oh, that's consumables. Should just walk around. Crusader morale is dropping. Why? So because we're not out killing demons, I think it's really shit. And there. Basically, we need our army down here to clear these guys out. Move on with our lives. Alchemists, sorcerers, wizards, hopeless mages. Sounds like a fun fight. You can call me Helper. Soldiers are telling stories about a spirit who comes to them in times of need and introduces himself as the Helper. His arrival is accompanied by ominous signs such as raining blood or the smell of carrion. But he saves warriors and demands nothing in return. Hunt down the spirit. Spirit hunt. So we have troop, we have spirit, which is Elder Caustic Product Quarterstaff 5. Elder Caustic.
Aren't your legs getting stiff? You haven't moved in quite a while. Stretch, damn it, you ignorant meatbag.
Passes any resistance or immunity to acid target might have. Oh, nice little monk weapon for bashing stuff. Commits soldiers not to accept the spirit's help. Experience. Encourages soldiers to accept the spirit's help. Generals gain +1 level to the reduction of losses. Send a Ruchelet to find the spirit. All generals gain knowledge of the chosen one's feat. Which is... Generals have a +3 bonus to power and +10 bonus to energy. This one is reduction of losses, so infirmary size increased by 5%. Let's do this one. Having joined forces with the Ruchelet, the clerics soon found the spirit. He told them that he used to be a servant to an evil spellcaster who made him commit heinous deeds. After his master's death, the spirit tried to atone for his sins. Clerics helped him purge himself of all evil, and in gratitude, the Helper revealed his secrets, his magical secrets to them. Go us. So, +3 bonus to power and just energy. Energy is mana, right? It's the mana. I don't even know where we're going. Forgot about this. Still. No, where should we go?
Come on, you pansy, get back in there and fight.
We haven't been told to go back up here yet. Someday. Don't want to do that puzzle anytime soon. I guess we're just working our way over here for fun. We're so tired. So tired. We got at least one more camp before we have to worry about going back to Dresden to get cleaned up. Army coming in. So, cultist fighters, cutthroats, and mages. That's a fireball or 2 can't fix. You know what day it is of the week. It's Ferris? Is that the third day of the week? I haven't even paid attention to that. Here we go. Recruitment, that's what I was waiting for. Okay, so we want archers first. Ooh, we're up to whole 5 paladins. Ugh. Orphans. Church guards. 6 of them. Clerics. Church guards, they're not spellcasters, are they? Oh, they are. Part of Onslaught. Units within a radius of 2 squares gain a +2 bonus to attack for 1 round. Okay. They are cleric spellcasters. Okay. Need more money. Okay, so let me squish those guys up there. He's coming from up there, so he's going to stop right there. Scout is heavily encumbered. There's these. Morale changed by turns 11. Whatever. So we have the second army coming out. A little while away. So we can come up this way. Leave the same spot. I'm supposed to rest there. I meant to move my army, not them. They're sitting there waiting. This. Glory to the hero. So the priests have inspired the troops. Crusader morale increased by 5 to 10, so that's what that was. Vendors of freedom, these are Zada. Basically get 3 Zada if you want, but they're not that great. Just because, again, it's an issue of not being enough to be effective. Which, of course, we're running into with everybody right now. We need to rest. Might be able to get there in one day. Look, we have a fireball just for you guys. Spiders are cutthroats. Doesn't seem to matter. Silver Dragon. These guys. Yeah, I don't know what the dragon does there. I don't know what that does. Oh, look, it's a breath weapon. Oh, look, it's another breath weapon. So, yeah, what is he doing? Oh, I can't breathe again. Quit. You caught at the streams off and on. Just what type of combat encounter is this? This is an army. This is your army management type stuff. This is, you have various armies you can have.
Sunday, March 19th
after she's done.
And 20 are the monthly giveaways for March. A $25 Steam gift card will be given away each day. You have to be a follower of the channel and present to win. Check with Gimpy if you have any questions about the giveaway. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Again, that's this weekend for the giveaway. Let's heal the dragon just in case. But yeah, as I was saying, this is, you know, you move the army on the big map, or you do recruitment from Dresden itself. Once a week, you get to recruit either trainable people, which is your basically based on how many buildings you have out there to increase the recruitment rate, that kind of stuff, and help them with bonuses and that kind of thing. You get so many to recruit every month, and it costs you money, of course. And then there's mercenaries, which are basically the same idea, except they're more expensive, but they're supposed to be better units overall. And you don't know what you're getting. With the mercenaries that are available are different from week to week. So you get that going on. But with trainables, it's always the same, based on what you've been story decisions you made, and that kind of stuff, determine kind of what troops you get access to, as well as what. Yeah, the undead. The Lich wasn't able to actually recruit some stuff, but some things he was able to recruit. Like, hey, where are you going, dragon? And the silver dragon, he's doing that. I don't know what that is. Silver dragon. Wow, our morale is failing us. So our army morale is like horrible. Okay, so there's that. And when you lose units and stuff, you have a chance to, well, you don't have a chance. It depends on your infirmary. As long as your infirmary doesn't go over its limit, you get all your losses back. So that's good. Again, this is the map itself. And over left-hand side, these are currently have 3 armies up and running. That's our main one there. There's your little general that levels up as they fight and whatever. These units don't level up. They're always the same. Unless they get bonuses from, again, story stuff. All that. Second army, same idea. Third army, these are just extra units that have come in through based on decisions we made back in the throne room, so to speak. Got that. They've got movement points. They can the armies can only move so far every day. Then there's your morale, army strength, how many units you can have in the army. You start off with 3, unless the general has a skill that gives them a boost to how many things they can have. Like she's started off with 3, but as we level up, we've been taking those skills so she can carry more units in the army. And then we've got, what's this? Army perception. So is equal to perception of the commander's armed party. Okay, you say so. I think this is allows them to spot things as they travel around the world. Okay, this armor is going to be coming up this way, and I don't think they're going to hit that outpost, so we'll sit down here until they get closer, so we'll know for sure. But yeah, it's that portion of the game is basically Might and Magic. Honestly, it's Heroes of Might and Magic. That's really what that game mode is. Okay, so the Dirty Squealer is ready for augmentation. Wizard with a dark past and fearsome reputation claims to be familiar with the rituals of the Almoxes who serve the demon lord Jubilex. He will extract a crimson shard of mica to replace the eye of a mud golem captured in battle and place it on the commander's gear. If all goes well, the power hidden in the stone will flow into the item onto which it is placed. It is necessary to decide what kind of item it should be. An amulet or a belt? Girdle of Ooze. Or Amulet of Ooze. Amulet of Ooze. Mage has carried out his task. So what did we get? Amulet of Ooze. Oh, it's an intermediate step. Okay, so there's that. Keeping friends, still moving on. Trying to make it down here in a day. Or not. Maybe. We'll see. Buffs. Change that. Oh, heroism. He doesn't have heroism anymore? I thought he did.
Inimosi travisi, inimosi travisi, inimosi travisi, aperane sentes, magritium turinos, inimosi travisi, inimosi travisi, inimosi travisi.
Okay, Gimpy. Heroism. He does have heroism. Oh, he doesn't have it memorized. Oops. That's okay. So this was a random encounter, correct?
Godspeed.
Here comes trouble.
Giants.
Damn you!
Can't see that one, so we can't shoot him. Kitty. Get him, kitty. Oh, look at all of them back there. Okay, sleep. That one. Rocket's gotten really good at sleeping people. Gimpy. Fire is on, so fireball. See, now that did a lot of damage. 10d6 plus 30, yes. Did he make a saving throw? Is that why he didn't take all that damage? Oh, he did take a lot of damage, though. Huh. He gets to go again. Only injured. Let's see what a hellfire ray will do. That's what that will do. So, crit. Fire damage. That was half. It was 105. This was on unholy. No, that was fire too. That's a little bit of damage. Oh, that one's still sleepy.
We won't falter. Strike with all your might.
Fine, quicken it.
We can do it.
Stupid giants. Stupid giants.
It's that time again. Drink
She
some
critted
water
for
to keep
500.
that brain moist.
I just saw that thing for 500. I was laying face down on the ground. Still not her highest. She hit 600 earlier today. Okay. Onward. Okay, so that was that. Came all the way down there just to collect some reagents or whatever they're called. Components. Some cool mud. That's it. We still have to go across here though, if I remember right. There's still stuff back this way. Wait for the armor to come to us. What about the ROUS? ROUS. I don't know. What am I missing? What about the ROUS?
You did it
I
wrong.
don't know what that means.
This is how you do it. Warg. Please excuse me. That was embarrassing. I meant to say. Jag.
It's too late in the day to be throwing puzzles at me, Gray, or riddles. It's too late. My brain is toast. Expected me to get that stuff. I don't get it. Rodent 70. Oh. Yes, random Princess Bride stuff. At least I got that part. I would have never guessed what the ROUS meant. Oh shit, wrong button. No automation, sorry, no automation. So, what are we fighting? Shears. Succubi, or incubi. Damage to the copper dragon. paladins. So again, I just need to find out what that dragon is doing. Bye. Oh, wow, that didn't hit nearly as... They get more health than I thought they did. So dragon won't kill any of them if he attacks them. Melee, oh, it's going to hit friendly, so we won't do that. Kill a few. Dun, dun, dun. Go. Dead succubi, or incubi. I wonder what that is. Go. So what is that silver dragon doing? Gotta be an aura, dragon aura of some kind, I guess. Although the other dragon isn't doing it. Just wonder what it is. Okay, large unit, flank, grand tier unit. Special forces, mythic. Citizens are the most implacable fighters against evil. Strictly following their vows and codes of honor, they often devote their lives to war against darkness, instilling terror in evil creatures by their very appearance. I'm guessing that's probably what that is. I'm guessing that's probably the Thunder Tread. Which I don't... These guys have it too, though? They have it too. Lethargic breath. Didn't see that on. Okay, so what armies in this area do you want to beat up? Those guys up there. Broken cart. So more consumables. Guess I should save. Dun, 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 dun. So, zombies, and plague mastodons. Nothing a fireball can't fix for the most part. Feared? Oh, you suck. I don't know if running up to 300 zombies is a good idea. That's what the magic is for, so we don't have to fight them. Be braver. Oh, so that's the actual ability has to trigger. Okay. Shield wall. Okay, gains AC and penalty attack, as well as a 20% penalty damage while the ability is activated. Smite those zombies. Ow. Ow. So whatever that does. Cut down on their damage. And our hospital, our infirmary, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, they're not really hurting the dragon. As they shouldn't, I guess. They're zombies. Oh, intimidating glory, and that's what that
Gimpy is raising money for the National MS Society for the 9th year in a row here on Twitch. Walk MS 2022 in San Diego is April 23rd, but Mrs. Gimpy, Mickey, Rocket, and Gimpy will be doing private walks in April and May. They are walking 1 mile for every $1,000 raised. If you would like to help with a donation, please visit stompingoutms.org. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. And good hope. Bonus to morale. Oh, look at that. So we get that spell as an Azada, I think. Or is that an Azada thing, or is that something she picked up low to normal level? I don't know. Poor little dragon alone. Let's see how much health does he have left. Is that the blue? No, it's not the blue bar. Oh, he's down. Oh, he's down to a whole whopping 900 health. Dwarves are afraid. So close. So close. Dragons don't seem to do a whole lot of damage, though. Thinking we probably don't want 2 groups of dragons in one army. They don't do enough damage by themselves. I mean, they have the silver at least has that nice little debuff, but yeah. Okay, the Crusaders are not the only ones fighting against the World Wound. After searching the encampment, the soldiers concluded that it was set up by a group of mammoth lords that consisted of the representatives of different clans. They wandered too deep into the demons' territory, got ambushed, and made a defensive stand. The demon plague claimed them one by one. That's a big army right there. Raiders and bandits. Kill the bandits. And let's snowball them. Froze them to death. Oh, he can't move because he's behind the rock there. Ow. Yeah, see those paladins killed more of these guys than 7 dragons. I don't know if that's right or not. He didn't kill any. I mean, he did double damage, it seems like, but he didn't actually kill him. I wonder if that's actually doing it. Oh, I can't reach. Dragons seem to be good support units, but not necessarily good frontliners, because they got lots of hit points, but they don't do a lot of damage themselves. Eager renegades who tossed away the Crusaders' oaths and bent their knees before demons fought furiously till the very end. They knew that there would be no mercy for them. Nearby, the soldiers have found a rich gold mine packed with slaves. That's what demons used to buy the loyalty of former Iowade's warriors. A hole in the ground, full of shiny metal. Finance points increased by 200. Daily income, actually, increased by 200. Now our morale is going back up again. So, guys, oh, dead horses. Well, not technically not dead, just kind of almost dead. Let's slow him down with some ice. Feared already, chicken shit. Oh, they do that stuff though. Even their normal attacks are a breath attack, so that works. Did not kill any. Proper dragons. What's with their crappy morale? This army's been winning. I don't understand why they're not having morale issues. Dun, dun, dun. No problem. So. Having dumped the plague corpses in a heap, the Crusaders pour oil on them generously and set them ablaze. The huge bonfire burns bright and strong as all the warriors burst in triumphant cries of victory. Courage fills the souls of the Crusaders. Resources found. Energy points 100. That road is linked. Gimpy and friends. Teleport back. See if there's anything to take care of inside here. We have to rest here because we're picking up too much corruption. So, no, wrong. But is he going to be here now? He's going to be in two places at once. Watch. Selkind, or whatever his name is, Selkind. He's gonna be magically in two places at once. Deep in the World Wound and back at Dresden.
Hey Gimpy, it is time to stop.
Oh, not quite yet.
Your dinner will be ready shortly and Mrs. Gimpy wants to actually talk to you. Make sure you tell everyone to have a great day or evening and we will see them tomorrow. Also, make sure to remind them to hit the follow button and visit your YouTube channel.
Selkain's supposed to be. Which one was it? It was missing scouts. My guy, the grateful commander, investigate the matter. So which one? Scouting mission southwest of Dresden. So where's he? Is he actually not going to be here? He's not actually here, looks like. Nice job at Rushley and Arsenal. Just merchants. So he's actually not really here. So he's not in two places at once. Cheater. Anyway.
Together we stand.
Keep you run. It's not the wings that make them faster. It's the magic. Okay, just gonna get in here and check out, see if there's any business to do before we call it a day. Otherwise, I'll forget to check. And here we go. So, Tina, Scenery Master, Commander, good day to you, and all that. I'm Tina from the Next Door Theater, remember me? So here's a score. We finished rehearsing and are ready to stage the world premiere of our play about your exploits. Grandma sent me to invite you. We're ready to get started, so will you come? Great. Dun, dun, dun. Not quite. We got to do the play first, so that we have a good laugh toward the end of the stream. Okay, Grandma Gretton. Gretlin's smile shines with pride and happiness. Her new ladle shines equally bright, and she holds it like a scepter. Ladies and gentlemen, the day has come that every participant in this crusade has waited with bated breath. The day that when we, the Next Door Theater, finally present to you our newest production. Theater, Ember laughs melodiously and claps her hands. Gabriel casts a long, thoughtful look at Ember. The elf's joy is reflected on the dwarf's stern face by a slight smile. The massive prop catapult behind Grandma creaks loudly and somewhat ominously in time with her words. At least, you hope it's a prop. Today, we return to the recent past, to one of the first victories won by the Commander. Our show is dedicated to these grandois, incredible, mind-blowing, exciting, large-scale, grand, and legendary events many of you probably witnessed firsthand. As a director and playwright, I feel humbled and honored, too. Captivated by her own speech, Grandma brandishes her ladle with wild enthusiasm and accidentally touches, but only lightly, one of the catapult's levers. So here we go. You hear a theatrically loud whisper from the ranks of the actors. Does anyone remember what we used to load that catapult? I have a better question, says Tina. What did the projectile hit? I see something that resembles a plume of smoke, and a place similar to one where we left the crates our props are in. I put a cherry pie in the catapult bucket to have a secret snack during the performance, and now it flew away. The last sentence is followed by a loud sob. Stop panicking. The show must go on, even if we are left without our costumes and props. If something does not go according to plan, improvise. Having whispered these instructions quite loudly to the crew, Grandma Gretton gives a beaming smile to the audience. Nothing more than a few fireworks to celebrate our premiere, and now we shall begin. You ready for the premiere? You may be smart, but if anything goes wrong, no. In the year 400,700 blah blah blah, in the area near Dresden, a figure appears in front of the army awaiting his orders. It is their leader, Knight Commander Gimpy the Arcanist. He was played by a giant. Oh, sorry, Cyclops, Lambkin. My heart burns, Lambkin pauses, moving his lips quietly. Before inspiring his army with a stirring speech, the commander paused, preparing to say the most important words. Courage. My heart burns with courage. Marmalade. My heart burns with marmalade. My heart burns with marmalade. We will never give up. Onward, my warriors. The huge Cyclops delivers his speech enthusiastically, growling the word marmalade almost like a battle cry. The commander's speech was certainly inspiring, but he understood it wasn't enough in the face of the upcoming dangers. He needed to describe the goal to the army and give real hope to the soldiers, and so the commander exclaimed. Grandma throws an encouraging glance at Lambkin, and Lambkin throws a pleading glance at you. Like an arrow, we fly to our goal. Wash your hands before you eat. Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior were reared wrongly and ruled through... Oh god, that's going to screw him up. Lambkin stares at you with obvious respect. Smart words, I exclaimed. Then, with his army properly inspired, the commander explained the details of his grand strategic plan. As we all know, the commander planned to disperse the enemy legions by charging them on the back of a huge, formidable mountain goat. Grandma pauses and glances askance at the quite ordinary pony standing near the edge of the stage. A huge but miniature mountain goat of a rare pony-like breed. Are we completely sure Pretzel is up to the task? I haven't been to any of his rehearsals, so he definitely doesn't look like he's ready to ride down demonic legions. Not to worry, our esteemed soundmaster is backstage and will lure Pretzel with a carrot. Our pony can move as fast as a hurricane for a carrot. He would charge a baler, if any baler were foolish enough to stand between Pretzel and his carrot. Look, it's Pretzel the horse, playing a goat. It seems to me that something has gone wrong. Do you know how many points I had to audition for this role? Or how many ponies I had to audition for this role? Entire herd. This was the only one that was any good. He did this trick perfectly during the rehearsals. I don't know why he decided to dig in his heels now. Oh, Pretzel, how you let me down. And now that all of you have witnessed the most spectacular, dramatic, and impressive culmination of our play, let us return to reality for a moment, to welcome the person who we are all gathered here to celebrate, the Commander. After all, this was one of his earliest adventures. It's a pony, not a horse. It's a goat, actually. It's a goat. So, what do you say, Commander? Did you like our show? I had so much fun. Of course, sure, the mysterious smile appears on Grandma Grant's face, believe it or not, Commander, but every true comedian knows their calling is to provoke laughter and smile, but not necessarily on stage, and it need not be successful, professional, or perfectly organized performance. Sometimes our art exceeds the limitations of the stage. And now, unfortunately, the time has come to say goodbye. We were with you almost from the first day, and now the show is over. And the next door theater troupe has other places to be and other places to perform. Ta-da. Okay, so we will stop there. Call it a day. So, yep, it was fun. Except for a couple of technical issues here and there. I have to look into those maybe a little bit, but not too bad. Okay, so that'll be it for today. Stream schedule for the next few days. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so we're doing some more Total War Warhammer 3 co-op with Katker and Gwydion Wolf. Thursday, we're back here to Wrath of the Righteous. And then Friday, it's Project Zomboid co-op with viewers like Jeff and Kriegs and anybody else that wants to join us. Saturday, Star Sector with an excellent Star Wars mod. Sunday is Pathfinder Day, where the first half of the stream is Wrath of the Righteous campaign. Second half is Kingmaker, Beneath Stolen Lands DLC with viewer group 28, and a quest to get killed by a boss. Sorry, find the boss and hopefully survive that boss. They did kill the wicked chanter this past Sunday, so that was impressive. Now they just have to find the spawn of Rovica again, not die to that thing. And then next Monday, we're going to play some more Space Haven, Alpha 14, and then next Tuesday, back here to Wrath of the Righteous to continue the campaign. Because I don't think we're going to finish it in 2 or 3 streams. Just saying. Okay, that's that. Anything else? Nope, that's all I can remember. Anyway, so tomorrow, Wednesday, stream starts at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT, because Europe has not experienced daylight savings yet. They still have another week or 2 to go, I think. And so I got to remember to remind Katker tomorrow so he doesn't show up late. But anyway, tomorrow, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT, for some more Total War Warhammer 3. That's it. Thank you all for watching. I know you have many other viewing choices here on Twitch, and I really do appreciate it when you choose to spend your time with me. So thank you very much. Have a great evening, great day, wherever you happen to be. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you tomorrow.